If one were to simply stand still in a forest, a jungle, or even a quiet meadow, and truly listen, one would discover something quite extraordinary. Beyond the sights that we so often focus upon, there exists a hidden world of sound. This is the world's natural orchestra, a complex and beautiful tapestry woven from the calls of animals, the rustle of leaves, and the gentle murmur of a stream. This intricate combination of sounds is what scientists call a bioacoustic scape. It is the living, breathing soundtrack of our planet, a symphony that has been playing for millions of years, long before our own species arrived to listen. It is a language all its own, telling us stories about the health and vitality of the ecosystems around us, if only we take a moment to tune in. This soundscape is far more than just background noise. It is a fundamental component of the natural world. Each sound has a purpose, a role to play in the grand performance of life. A bird's song might be a declaration of territory, or a call to a mate, carrying its melody across the treetops. The buzz of a bee is the sound of pollination in progress, a crucial act that helps plants to reproduce and bear fruit. Even the subtle crunch of leaves underfoot can signal the presence of a small mammal foraging for its next meal. Every chirp, croak, and rustle is a note in this magnificent symphony, a testament to the interconnectedness of all living things, each contributing to the rich and vibrant acoustic environment of their home. Imagine for a moment the Amazon rainforest at dawn. The air begins to fill with a chorus of howler monkeys, their deep, resonant calls echoing for miles through the dense canopy. Soon, they are joined by the piercing cries of macaws and the frantic chattering of 1,000 different insects, each adding its unique voice to the rising crescendo. Below, the gentle gurgling of a hidden creek provides a steady rhythm, a constant bass line to the melodic chaos above. This is a bioacoustic scape at its most powerful, a clear and undeniable signal of a thriving, complex ecosystem teeming with an incredible diversity of life. It is nature's grand opera, a performance of immense beauty and profound significance. This auditory world provides a unique window into the secret lives of animals. Many creatures are masters of camouflage, difficult to spot with our eyes alone. Yet their sounds give them away, allowing us to understand their behaviors, their movements, and their interactions without ever disturbing them. By listening, we can learn when they are active, how they communicate, and how they respond to changes in their environment. It is a form of observation that is both gentle and deeply insightful, offering us a more complete picture of the intricate web of life. The planet is constantly speaking to us through these sounds, sharing its secrets with those who are patient enough to listen. A bioacoustic scape is composed of 3 main elements, each contributing its own unique layer to the overall sound. The first, and perhaps most obvious, is what we call the Biophony. This is the collection of all sounds produced by living organisms. It is the melodic song of the nightingale at dusk, a sound that has inspired poets and musicians for centuries. It is the rhythmic, almost hypnotic chirping of crickets on a warm summer evening, a sound that signals the changing of the seasons. It is also the powerful low-frequency rumble of a whale, communicating with its pod across vast stretches of the open ocean. These are the voices of nature, the true stars of the performance. Next, we have the geophony, which encompasses all of the non-biological, natural sounds of a given environment. These are the sounds of the earth itself, the physical forces that shape our world. Think of the gentle patter of rain falling on leaves, a sound that brings life-giving water to the forest floor. Consider the mighty roar of a waterfall as it cascades over ancient rocks, a display of raw, untamed power. The wind whistling through a mountain pass or the waves crashing upon a sandy shore are also part of this geophony. These sounds provide the stage, the foundational atmosphere upon which the symphony of life is built, creating a sense of place and time. The final element is known as anthropony, which includes all of the sounds generated by humans. In our modern world, these sounds are becoming increasingly dominant. The constant hum of traffic from a distant motorway, the drone of an airplane flying overhead, the mechanical noise of industry, these are all part of the anthropony. While some human sounds, like the distant chime of church bells or the laughter of children playing, can add a certain character to a landscape, many are intrusive. These man-made noises often clash with the natural soundscape, creating a form of pollution that can disrupt the delicate balance of the biophony and geophony. Together, these 3 sound sources, biophony, geophony, and anthropony, create the complete acoustic environment of any location. In a healthy, undisturbed ecosystem, the biophony and geophony are in beautiful harmony. The sounds of animals and the earth blend seamlessly, creating a rich and complex sonic tapestry. It is a dynamic system where every sound has its place and its purpose. However, as human activity expands, the noise of anthropony grows louder, threatening to overwhelm the quieter, more subtle voices of the natural world. This imbalance can have profound and often detrimental effects on the health of our planet's ecosystems. The sounds of an ecosystem can tell us a great deal about its health, much like a doctor listening to a patient's heartbeat. A vibrant and diverse bioacoustic scape is often a clear indicator of a thriving, resilient environment. When we hear a rich chorus of different bird songs, a multitude of insect calls, and the croaking of various frog species, it suggests that the habitat is complex and healthy enough to support a wide array of life. A diverse soundscape signifies a diverse gene pool and a robust food web. It tells us that the ecosystem is functioning as it should, with all its intricate parts working together in a delicate and sustainable balance. Conversely, a decline in the complexity of a soundscape can be an early warning sign that something is wrong. If a forest that was once filled with the songs of a dozen bird species now only features 2 or 3, it could indicate that the habitat is changing for the worse. Perhaps a new invasive species has arrived, or pollution is affecting the food sources that these birds rely on. Scientists now use sensitive recording equipment to create acoustic fingerprints of different environments. By comparing these recordings over time, they can detect subtle changes that might otherwise go unnoticed, providing crucial data on the impact of climate change, deforestation, or pollution. For example, coral reefs, which are some of the most biodiverse ecosystems on Earth, have their own unique underwater soundscapes. A healthy reef is a noisy place, filled with the crackling sounds of snapping shrimp, the crunching of parrotfish feeding on coral, and the grunts and calls of countless other fish. These sounds are vital, as they act as a beacon for young fish and larvae, guiding them to a safe place to settle and grow. When a reef becomes bleached and unhealthy due to rising ocean temperatures, it falls silent. This silence is devastating, as it means the reef can no longer attract new life, accelerating its decline into an underwater wasteland. This principle applies across all environments, from the highest mountains to the deepest seas. The presence or absence of specific sounds can tell a detailed story. The return of the wolf's howl to a landscape can signal the restoration of a key predator, which in turn helps to rebalance the entire ecosystem. The disappearance of a certain species of cricket might point to pesticide use in nearby agricultural lands. By learning to interpret these auditory clues, we gain a powerful tool for conservation. The sounds of nature are not just beautiful, they are data. They are the vital signs of our planet, and we must learn to listen to them carefully. The rich soundscapes of our planet face a grave and growing threat: the rising tide of human-generated noise. This acoustic pollution, or anthropony, is encroaching upon even the most remote corners of the globe. The constant drone of machinery, the roar of transportation, and the general clamor of our expanding civilization are creating a blanket of noise that masks the subtle voices of nature. For countless species that rely on sound to communicate, navigate, find mates, and avoid predators, this is a catastrophic development. Their calls are being drowned out, their signals lost in the cacophony. It is as if we are slowly turning down the volume on the natural world. The consequences of this sonic intrusion are profound. Many birds, for instance, have been observed singing at a higher pitch in noisy urban environments simply to be heard over the din of traffic. This change in their song can make them less attractive to potential mates, affecting their ability to reproduce. In the oceans, the immense noise from shipping and seismic exploration for oil and gas interferes with the communication of whales and dolphins, who rely on sound to navigate their dark underwater world. This disorientation can lead to strandings and can disrupt their feeding and breeding patterns, pushing already vulnerable populations closer to the brink. This loss of natural sound is not only a tragedy for wildlife, it is a loss for humanity as well. For millennia, we have been deeply connected to the sounds of the natural world. The peaceful sound of wind in the trees or the gentle lapping of water on a shore has a proven calming effect on our minds, reducing stress and promoting a sense of well-being. These sounds connect us to something larger than ourselves, reminding us of our place within the intricate web of life. As we replace these natural harmonies with mechanical noise, we risk severing this ancient and vital connection, becoming more isolated from the very world that sustains us. Therefore, it is of the utmost importance that we strive to protect the acoustic integrity of our planet. This means more than simply preserving quiet places. It means actively working to reduce our own noise pollution. It involves designing quieter technologies, creating protected acoustic sanctuaries, and planning our cities and industries with the sonic environment in mind. The symphony of nature is a precious and irreplaceable heritage. It is the voice of the earth itself. We have a responsibility to ensure that this symphony continues for future generations, so that they too may have the chance to listen, to learn, and to be inspired by the extraordinary sounds of life.